Hey there, have you ever been on a dating app and felt like you're just, I don't know, throwing spaghetti at a wall and hoping something sticks? Yeah, you are definitely not alone. In this explainer, we're going to dive into a system that claims to have cracked the code of modern dating, which, let's be honest, can be so frustrating.
So let's start with a really powerful idea from this system. The reason you're feeling so burnt out? It's not bad luck. It's not because all the good ones are taken, and it is absolutely not because there's something wrong with you.
And this is the core of it all. The problem isn't you, it's the game itself. You've been dropped into a competition where the odds are stacked against you, and nobody even bothered to hand you the rulebook. So what exactly makes this game so rigged?
Well, first, let's just look at the playing field itself, the dating apps. We kind of assume they're built to help us find someone, right? But what if their goals and our goals aren't just different, but are actually in direct conflict?
Think about it. This slide lays it out perfectly. The app's business model needs you to stay on the app. They want you swiping, they want you subscribing, they want you engaged. But what do you want? You want to find an amazing connection, succeed, and then, delete the app forever. Those two goals are completely at odds with each other.
So, okay, if the game itself is rigged, how does that affect how we play it? Well, this system argues that it actually pushes us into making these really common mistakes we don't even see that we're making.
And these unseen mistakes, they can be expensive. According to the source, a lot of people are spending around $47 a month on premium subscriptions, thinking that if they just pay more, it'll solve the problem. But it doesn't, because it doesn't fix the strategy mistakes they're still making.
This is where it gets subtle. We're talking about tiny details that have a huge impact. Things like a few specific words in your bio that seem totally fine, but are actually subconscious red flags. Or that one photo you think is cute, but it's sending a completely wrong signal. When thousands of profiles start to look and sound the same, people go into this autopilot swipe mode, and they'll swipe left without even really knowing why.
Let me tell you a quick story from the source material to make this really hit home. It all starts with this number, 47.
That's right, 47 first dates in just a year and a half. I mean, think about that for a second. The time, the energy, the money. This person was putting in a massive amount of effort, doing everything they thought they were supposed to be doing.
And after all of that, nothing, not a single relationship. So what was going on? Clearly, it wasn't a lack of trying. What was the missing piece? The answer, according to this system, isn't about trying harder. It's about understanding a totally different kind of algorithm.
And no, I'm not talking about the app's computer code that decides who pops up in your feed. This is something way deeper, way more human.
The system calls it the hidden algorithm, and what it really means is understanding the predictable patterns of human psychology. It's about knowing what actually makes someone curious, what triggers real attraction, and what builds a genuine connection when you're just looking at a screen. It's a total shift from focusing on the tech to focusing on people.
And that means we can finally leave behind all that generic advice we've heard a million times. Just be yourself or stay positive. Those are nice thoughts, but they're not a strategy. What you need is a strategic playbook, something with specific, repeatable formulas for your profile, proven sequences for your messages, and a real flow for your conversations.
So what does this playbook actually look like in practice? Come on, let's start with the very first thing everyone sees, your profile.
This system boils it down to 3 key things. 1, create a curiosity gap in your bio, something that's intriguing, that makes people think, I need to know more, and actually message you. 2, use a specific 3-photo sequence that tells a little story about who you are instead of just showing your face. And 3, interrupt the pattern. Do something that makes your profile stand out from the endless sea of sameness.
Okay, so you did it. Your new profile is working and you got a match. That's awesome. But now comes the really tricky part, that first conversation. This is where so many potential connections just fizzle out and die.
Now get this, the system we're talking about has an opening line formula that gets an 80% response rate. And just to be clear, this isn't some cheesy, cringy pickup line. It's a strategic opener designed specifically to cut through the noise of all the boring hey and hi messages they get all day long. The whole messaging system is built around this simple 3-message sequence. You start with that pattern interrupt opener, then you follow up with a real connection-building question that goes way beyond small talk, and you finish with a playful callback to something you saw in their profile which shows you actually paid attention. All right, let's bring it all home. How do you take a good conversation online and turn it into an actual, real-life date? That's the endgame, right?
This system lays out a super clear roadmap.
It suggests you can spot the people who are just going to waste your time within the first 5 messages. It also teaches you to recognize the pivot point, that perfect moment to ask them out. Because if you're asked too soon, it's weird. And if you wait too long, you lose all momentum. The whole point is to build real excitement so that when you do ask, they're not just saying yes, they're genuinely excited to finally meet you.
So, let's end with the one question that this whole system is built on. What if modern dating isn't a game of luck at all? What if all that frustration is just what happens when you play a game without knowing the rules? And what if, by learning those rules, you could change it from a lottery into a game of skill, a game that you can actually win? That's a pretty powerful thought to leave.
Competing, most never understand what's really happening. Attraction online isn't random, it's positioning, it's psychology, it's perception. One photo can elevate you, one message can separate you, one mistake can erase you. Modern dating isn't about love first, it's about strategy first. And the ones who understand the game don't chase, they attract. Love at first click. Dirty little secrets to succeed at modern online dating. Stop swiping blindly, start playing sharp.